Okay, this is a VOD review for Deadly's DPS gameplay. He's going to be playing Hanzo on Hollywood. So it looks like this is quick play off the bat, which I'm not positive. Maybe how this was recorded just hides the ranked marker, and it's really hard to tell now that there's roll queue in. But it's not the best because you're never positive everyone's going to take it seriously. Um, but I'm sure we can still glean a lot out of this. Again, like, because it's quick play, I'm not sure, like, how much I should go into, like, your team comp or whatever. If everyone's just screwing around, it doesn't really matter. I mean, you start with a Sonic Arrow, which is good. I mean, they reduced the cooldown on the Sonic Arrow when it was reworked, so I just fire that thing off cooldown now. Okay, so this is where you want to live in Hanzo, so you're in the right spot. You're doing something interesting here. You didn't break the railings, and then you're using the railings as cover. I don't know if I've ever done that. It's probably fine because the railing can block shots, but I think I prefer breaking the railings and then backing up to the point where basically only your head is showing, so you can just sort of like jiggle peek, draw your bow, move up to where you can see, fire your shot back up. Of course, you'd be doing this only if you were afraid of something, like a Widowmaker hitting you in the head or a hog hooking you. You don't really seem afraid of that. So, but if you're ever in a situation where you're afraid of getting hit, I would say what you were doing there is not great, because it takes you too long to back. Like they could get a second shot in when you're backing up. When you were literally all the way up on the ledge. Okay, so now you're playing behind shield doing shield break. Totally fine there. It's kind of loud. Turn it down. Okay, what happened? Well, I was turning that down. Your hog killed the enemy hog. You've been shield break. Now you're going for the Reaper. So you hear this Sombra behind you shooting, and I agree that the call here is to ignore her because I believe we already heard her use her hack. So once her hack is down, and you got a Moira, I think the Reaper with the pocket in front is a bigger threat. So you're ignoring her. I'm assuming you're ignoring her, and you heard the fact that she's shooting. Okay, now you yeah, look at the last second. But she's not gonna. I mean, we all know what Sombras do. She's gonna tickle you in the back until as soon as you look at her, then she's gonna just teleport away. So yeah, you're pretty casual. Just like whenever I feel like I'm gonna turn and make her teleport away. There's something to be said about trying to slow down the rate at which she's going to get her ultimate, because Sombra's just an ult bot. But again, turning to deal with that and then losing the tank to the pocketed Reaper would be worse. Okay, well the pocketed Reaper ended up killing someone. Wait, let me back up a little bit. What is the rewind on this? What, like 5 seconds? Oh, it was a huge anti. Yeah, that's rough. Looks like he just sort of got stuck in a corner there and died. I mean, the fight was basically lost when you all got antied, but you could have like tried to wall climb up to the top of Cafe and shot from up there. It's much easier to hit heads from above because it's a higher percentage of their hitbox showing at that angle. There's really no reason to just sit there and accept fate. Except for if this is a game of quick play. That's the thing, is like, I'm gonna keep saying, well, if this is quick play, like, I know how I play quick play, and I'm not like, I'm playing to like practice a hero and aim. It'd be nice if we had like, oh. Okay, did we hear that? I was gonna say it'd be nice if we had mandated competitive games, so we knew everyone was on the same page. Okay, so we glanced up and we saw that the Mercy was getting killed by the Reaper, but you can't really deal with that at this exact second. She can just drop down. Although I say, at this point, I would have gone up there, up to the high ground, and he drops down and kills 2, 3. Okay, this fight's over. So that's 2 fights in a row the Reaper gets the opening pick. So what I would have done at this point, it's clear that outside of the nades is that the Reaper's a problem, and their second DPS is also Sombra. So if we're talking about hero picks, I mean, you have Dragon Strike here, but I would be thinking about switching to McCree pretty quick. The Flashbang, because both of their heroes don't like playing against a McCree. And Hanzo's fine. Like, Hanzo's totally fine against both of these heroes. It's just more skill dependent because you're substituting a Flashbang for a headshot, basically. Because, like, it's more safe to go to McCree this route, as opposed to just trusting the fact that you're going to turn and, flick headshot both of them. But again, you're probably playing quick play, so you probably don't care. Yeah, Reaper's gotten like 8 of the 10 kills so far. Nice headshot. Okay, this was a really good Dragon Strike. So, you probably heard me say this, but I'm a big proponent of using Dragon Strikes in this manner, which is literally like a zoning tool. And zoning strikes actually usually end up getting kills anyways, but I think people are too afraid to do this. Splitting tanks between the rest of their team is a really, really powerful tool. And you hear the Hog get nanoed, so you put the Dragon, you don't put the Dragon Strike in front of him, which some people might do. You put it behind him, and what that does is that first that separates him from the rest of his team. He can no longer back up. His Ana cannot see him. The Dragon Strike, I think it's under estimated the fact that the Dragon Strike blocks visual sight. Like you can't see through it. So she can blind fire, but she can't see. And so now this Hog basically wastes nano because he can't really go in. He doesn't have the protection, and he can't back up because there's a Dragon Strike behind him. So, I mean, I guess he does back up and eats most of the Dragon Strike. So that was really good use of that ultimate. Uh-oh. Nice job by your Orisa to halt there and stop them from just killing you immediately. Okay, so you've taken the high ground. You saw the Mercy. She backed up. You decided it wasn't worth it. You went to go help on point, but Reaper would kill everybody. Unlucky. I don't know what that guy was doing.
My power grows stronger.
Yep, I mean, just use high ground while they're advancing to just farm Hog for an ultimate. Gotta love seeing a Hog when playing Hanzo, because you just get a ult every fight. Same with Orisa, actually. Now that her... that was unlucky. Alright, so that was a little bit of disrespect against that Ana to stay there for the... Once you get hit twice, you gotta just, like, immediately back up. Okay, so you drop to help with this Reaper, because he's been identified as the problem. Another, good Dragon Strike. Wait a minute, let me back up here for a sec. So you throw in Dragon Strike. There's 4 enemies there. And then we hear Hog start his ultimate. So your reaction time there is fast, which is really helpful. Reaction times vary greatly by player. And so you reacted, you didn't even react. Some people react when they physically start taking damage to the ultimate. Some people react when they hear the chuka chuka that signifies that he's ulting. You reacted to the sound of him prepping his ultimate, which is he throws scrap into his gun before he even starts, and you started to turn as soon as you heard that noise, which I'm not surprised. As a DPS player, reaction time is more important than the other 2 roles, I believe. And you play in Dooming Genji, you need a fast reaction time. Your brain just needs to work it needs to process information really quick and make a decision off it. So the awareness to turn that quick. I know for a fact a lot of people will not turn that quick. I've seen a lot of people not react that quick to an audio cue. So that's a really good thing. And I think that's one of your strengths is your reaction time. So that's really nice to see when I see you turn that quick. Just to something, just the audio cue of him prepping his ultimate is a sign that you've played this game a lot, because you know the chick of him starting his ult means you're about to get ulted, plus the time it takes you to react to it. Anyways, so also the Hog just decided to turn to do a flank whole Hog, which means I'm gonna guess this is a quick play. That was just such a stupid thing for him to try to do, and I wish we could only submit ranked games, because I really hope a Hog would not try that in ranked. especially after he heard you Dragon Strike the rest of his team. Okay, so this is just cleanup.
Marked by the dragon.
Back to the high ground we go. There's Sombra. Nice. Well, I mean, there's only a little to say there. I mean, you could have hit more shots, but you know that just happens sometimes. Also, I would have lunged. Your lunge was. I like playing Hanzo against Reapers because he's slow and his head hitbox is big. But it's just really, and also you have the advantage in that you, Hanzo, can do a really good job of keeping out of his range with your lunge and your wall climb. So I think like something in a situation like this is a kind of a slam dunk for the Hanzo, as long as you save your lunge to go. You lunge sideways, which caused you to have to like to back up to your team. You had to do like a triangle thing. I would have lunged straight backwards and gone straight to the edge, and just as like a insurance, like, hey, if I miss this headshot, I'm just gonna drop. But you lunge sideways, which shows the confidence, because you thought you're using lunge solely as a dodging mechanic and not as a keeping range and backing up to my team mechanic, which shows that you were too confident you were gonna hit a headshot there and you didn't and died. All right, what has happened? Moore's got a double kill. Sombra's dead. You're 81 to your next Dragon Strike, so it's back to the high ground. They have no range, too, besides the Ana that killed you there one time, so staying up at this high ground forever is fine. They swapped to double shield, which sucks, because there goes your old battery charge from the hog, and now they have this. They've reduced the HP pool you can farm and added a shield, which means your damage output, your spam damage output is probably going to go down. So now it's more important that you find angles, because you're not going to, a Hanzo Reaper is not going to bust through those two shields. Reaper just lost 1v1 to the other Reaper. Okay, so you go for the Sombra first after she EMPs, that's good. So we're in a good spot. You got EMP'd, but it doesn't matter. Your Storm Arrows are on cooldown and you're already up here anyways, so Sombra's dead. It's a 1-for-1 trade, except for Reaper's dead as well. He's coming back from spawn soon. You use Storm Arrows into that shield, and like I said... Oh, okay, that was a nice shot. I should back up. Like, I will... There's sort of like this middle ground. Like, you're either going to kill the shield or you're not. And I think with your comp against double shield, like, shooting at the shields is kind of fruitless in most situations, unless you find a really good window, like Sigma's dead or gone, and you know your team's gonna shoot at with you. But like you used your Storm Arrows into that shield against a double shield comp when your Reaper was dead, and it's just like it doesn't matter. Even with after the nerfs just to Hanzo, like you're gonna break that shield, and then Sigma's gonna put up his shield until Ursus is back up with only you spamming it. If you had a second DPS that was also helping, or they were running double shield, it's totally fine to do that. But I think then you got to be aware of like what your team comp is versus it to see if it's even worth using yours. Because Storm Arrows is such a powerful tool that using it into a shield, if it's not going to gain value, it's kind of a waste. Okay, so this is kind of like a path diverge, a woods diverged by two paths or whatever the hell. Two paths diverged by a wood. There's the thing. Yep. You've got a Reaper flanking your backline, and you've got the Mercy resing this dude. So you got to choose one. Both are targets that your team is screaming at you to kill, unfortunately. They're both your problem. But I think you chose the right... Both would have worked. Probably the Mercy is the right choice. Unfortunately, she gets the res off, but at least she's dead. But I think now you swap to the Reaper, because you know the Reaper's been getting most of the kills here, and you can hear him back here, like over here somewhere, presumably beating on your... Yeah, here's your Moira at 2 HP getting beat up by a Reaper. I would have turned to help with the Reaper right after, because you saw them both. You Dragon Strike point. Does a lot of damage, he kills the Ana. But here's the Reaper. Oh, your Reaper gets a double? Oh no. Okay, you guys still win because the Reaper came back with his ult, but the enemy Reaper got a lot of value there.
Ich bin da. I am ready to unleash coalescence.
Yep. Keep sonaring. Just keep sonar on a cool. I just sonar on cooldown. That's unlucky for that dude.
Deine Hexe ist da.
That was a nice. I'm surprised that missed. That looked pretty clean to me. Okay, so what is going on? Okay, so the Hanzo just suicide lunged to the right. Where is Sigma for them? I mean, I know I'm critiquing you, but like, what is going on? Zarya gets nanoed and grabs and coalescence. We're just throwing everything into this poor like Orisa. Like fire everything you have on that Orisa. Oh, here's Sigma. Sigma went by himself to solo try to get a 6k. I don't understand. Okay.
Heroes never die.
And they died with they have 3 ultimates. They have both support ultimates. Okay, here comes the nano boost. Yeah, not okay. I mean, that was just really poorly played by them. Alright, let's move to offense here. Alright, well, you're playing against a Doom Mei. Hanzo's pretty good against these. He's fine. I mean, his fully charged arrow kills both of them still at 250 HP. It can be frustrating to deal with them both. But he's still a fine pick here. And the other dude is McCree, so that's good. Okay, so your number one job as Hanzo on offense Hollywood is to get to this high ground up here, which you're looking. You found the Doom, so that's good. I don't even know how you were like checking your corners to make sure you get up there. I like how you just ignored the Reinhardt. That's good. Because he charged in, he didn't kill you, you didn't like, you're still looking, this is the problem up here, he's waiting. This dude is trying to make space for this guy to get something done. So, I like how you keep keep your eyes on the target. Unlucky. Okay, well Mei just gave you a high ground to get a kill, now you have to do a double kill. So at this point you just lunge forward aggressively because both DPS are dead and you probably won the fight. I would say like in a competitive, in like a Masters game, I wouldn't risk that. I would probably still just go up here. Like take it slow, get picks when you can. Don't give them an don't play dumb and give them an opportunity to come back, even though it'd be hard to do. I mean, your Reinhardt is dead, so it's still 5v6. But you lunging straight forward in ground level against these two, sort of like showing an eagerness to just like get kills. You're kill hungry. You're not looking for the win, you're looking for the plays. You want to get like play the game hero or something, I'm gonna guess. So okay, Reinhardt just feeds. I mean his shield's almost down, so he's probably dead either way. Goodbye Ana. And this is probably over. I guess not much happens for a little while. Okay, your ultimate is ready. You just told them. This is a great area for a Hanzo ultimate. This little choke here with not many places to go typically gets a ton of value. Your Zarya's at 88%, but honestly, like this area is so good, it just seems like a waste to. You can probably get at least a kill just by itself if they push up here. Okay, so they pressed 3 triangles. You guys didn't press any. Oh, wait a minute. What's this? I think Zarya just grabbed, so that's interesting. Well, I was gonna say that's good for your team because they just used 3 ults and you just didn't use any and you were coming up on all 6, but your Zarya had other plans. Apparently she saw a 6k coming out of that grab by herself. Okay, you kill the Mei. Okay, that was a decent. I mean, you fire it directly. I would have fired it. You fired it directly up the middle, and it still caused them to like move to the left, but they still had plenty of space to like wait it out. They weren't like cornered. They were just like cut. They were cut off to one side, but nobody died during it or to it because they had enough space. I would have like lunged. If we back up here. Oh, can I use this just to be cool? Let's see. So yeah, this is a good time to ult because you just got a pick. I would have gone like over here, lunged this way, like behind right here, so they can't even see me, and then Dragon Strike that way, and it puts them all to this little corner. I think that probably would have got more value. Typically, like lunging right before, I almost always lunge right before Dragon Strike, just because the little extra little extra movement makes it harder for them to predict where you're coming from. And also, you can lunge like behind a wall so they can't even see it. All right, let me trash that. That being said, I mean, it still was fine. Yeah, look, they waited out because it gave them too much. It gave them too much like vertical space. Like they had all this entire. They were cut off to the side, but they could still back up plenty to wait out the Dragon Strike, as opposed to where a Dragon Strike where I wanted it would have come from like here. Okay, what did I just press? Oh, cool. Remembers where I... No, it doesn't.
I must reclaim my honor.
Oh, this is dangerous. She's got wall. Yeah, it was a... Yeah, I mean, if there was... The biggest thing to work on I've seen so far is like there's always traces of old Deadly you see here, of the Deadly who's not looking to win the game, but is looking to like show he's the best and like 1v1 anybody he can and get big plays. And like that play there, like going across that choke to try to 1v1 that Mei, even though her whole team was there and she had wall, it was pretty sketch. Okay, I wasn't paying attention to what was happening, but it doesn't look like you were doing much. It just looks like you guys pushed forward and slowly killed people. It's a nice lunge to stop you getting punched.
Coalescence is almost ready.
Don't worry, my friend. See that which is
Keep your eyes on the Doom. Primary before you go up. Keep your eyes on the Doom. Of course, he's got 10,000 mobility and HP, so he's just gonna do this for a while. Yep, he doesn't care. Yeah, Doom, playing Hanzo against Doom sucks. Just because he can change he's got so much mobility and he can change his direction so fast that hitting him with an arrow is hard, and you need to hit him with like 3 to kill him. So it's rough. Okay, so he just threw there. He just was standing still. Okay. They're going in one at a time trying to kill you, even though you have a pocket. Oh, here comes Coco. That guy just Coco'd. Okay, now you've got 3 picks. Okay. Now there's a flanking Reinhardt. What is this game? What is going on? You lunge to dodge that. Charge. You throw Dragon Strike right onto cart. That kills Reinhardt. Okay, so you swap targets there. I think the goal was for you to not... You were like afraid of that bubble, but this bubble just gets bursted. And then you swapped, and then you didn't swap back. Like, I would have swapped back to the Mercy. Everyone ends up living here. I don't think you were expecting the bubble to die that fast, but... Even if you're the only one shooting at the bubble, you have 5 storm arrows. It takes 3 of them to kill the bubble, and then the other 2 in Mercy's head kills her. So you can still do it with the storm arrows. And typically, like this is one of the only cases that like it's you want to kill the Zarya bubble. Like they're in a grav and she's not going to move, so I think it'd be worth it to just have fired the storm arrows into the bubble. The first, yeah, 3 do 210 damage, that breaks the bubble, and then the next 2 kill her. And then you deal, I mean, yeah, the Zarya will be high charge, but she no longer has the Mercy, because this way, they all survive.
Never surrender.
Alright, looks like we're coming on the last fight. You guys are going to have Nano Boost and a Riptire. They're going to have Nano Boost. And Doom will probably get his ultimate if he cycles his abilities a few times. I think that's probably it. Maybe a Rhine Shatter. Okay, here's a flanking Reaper. You're attacking him first, that's good. I don't know what happened to your Reinhardt. He looks like he just inted. You got completely blasted by... You're playing low ground on this fight. I'm not sure why. I probably would have gone to the high ground. But you got blasted by a nano boosted high charge Zarya. Alt fire. Yeah, you sort of just went up the gut, and the high ground here is really good for Hanzo. Not only for the easier shots and harder to kill, but it also identifies, like both Doom and Reaper are using these high grounds. So if you're up there to like, well, I'm sure this is a quick play game, so you're not calling out locations, but it identifies where they are. And doesn't allow them to wait for you guys to come through. Yeah, you guys are like grouped up here, waiting for them to pounce, although Doom's already dead. Okay, here comes their Shatter. He did end up getting that. I didn't see where your Nano Boost went on to. Or where Junksold went on to, but I guess it may have gotten a kill. But you guys had rolled, so you won. Yeah, you heard Tomb on the left side, so you arrowed that. Unlucky ball. Okay, well, you guys win. That last Dragon Strike was also kind of traces of old Deadly, I'd say. So you're trying to stop them from touching the point. The difference here is between trying to stop them from touching the point and trying to get kills. Because if you want to stop them from touching the point, you keep the dragon on this doorway, because that it cuts off the door and coming from this way, like the diagonal here. But at the last second, you tilted to their spawn, which gives them a window to like slide through here if somebody's hiding right there, which you don't know. And so it's giving them an opportunity to contest, because you're trying to get a triple kill here and play the game, which is you know, not great. I get it doesn't. I mean, nobody touches. You're fine. But okay, well, I guess that's the VOD review. I mean, in terms of positioning, I think your position on defense was really good. Your position on offense, I think you used the low ground a little too often. Target selection was pretty good. You lost track of the Reaper a few times, and the Reaper was getting most of the kills. 1v1ing the Reaper that one time, making sure to keep your distance at that medium range, so he's only ever doing low damage. It's really easy to do as Hanzo with all your mobility. And your Dragon Strikes were decent. It's a good mixture of like zoning and cutting off line of sights. So yeah, I guess that's it.